The UK Patriots gathered in central London to protest against Islamic protests, extremism, and controversial preachers in their country.
We came here today to support our British culture, our values, everything that it means to be British.
Because I'm sick of all the Palestinian marches, so I'm marching for my country.
These protests have not only stirred chaos, but also sparked a crucial conversation about the future of Britain. Deep into the British Patriots' passionate protest against the rising tide of Islamism and extremism gripping our country. It's a time when patriots feel compelled to step in and defend the values they hold dear, for the sake of the nation they cherish. But before we unpack the full scope of this critical issue, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to stay up to date with the latest updates. Trust us, you won't want to miss a beat. Now, let's dive into the heart of the matter. The demonstration kicked off near Victoria Station and then moved towards Parliament Square, where speeches and film screening were scheduled. Leading the charge at the front was Lawrence Fox, a prominent figure in the movement. As the march progressed, a banner proclaiming "This is London" served as a powerful symbol. Throughout the event, some participants passionately chanted slogans reflecting a strong sense of national identity and discontent with the current state of affairs. Meanwhile, in a nearby area, a separate pro-Palestinian group staged a counter-protest, advocating for a different cause. However, tensions arose when 9 individuals from this group were detained by law enforcement for allegedly breaching designated protest boundaries. This incident highlighted the contrasting perspectives and the complex dynamics at play during such demonstrations. Robinson took to the stage, greeted by thunderous applause and cheers from his supporters. With unwavering confidence, he declared, "This is what London should look like," quoting the famous words, "First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win." He reflected on the journey of resistance. "Why does it feel like I'm winning?" he pondered, acknowledging the overwhelming support of the thousands who had turned out. "We are not going to be silenced any longer," he proclaimed, his voice resonating with determination. Robinson addressed the crowd, acknowledging the chants of his name. "That's beautiful, mate," he remarked before delving into the significance of the song's lyrics. "We're not afraid. We're no longer afraid." Towards the end of his documentary addressing what he claims is a 2-tier policing system in the UK, the crowd began to disperse, signalling the end of a momentous gathering according to observers. Robinson concluded the 4-hour event by expressing gratitude to the Met Police for allowing the protest to proceed without interference. Meanwhile, 9 pro-Palestinian activists from Youth Demand, who held a static counter-protest nearby, found themselves in the custody of law enforcement. Their offence, allegedly straying from the designated pavement area. While the majority of the counter-protest group dispersed, police officers continued to monitor those who remained in the vicinity. Prior to this, nationalists had congregated at Parliament Square to watch Tommy Robinson's documentary Lawfare, which sheds light on what he perceives as a 2-tier policing system. The screening served as a focal point for discussions on law enforcement practices and societal justice. The atmosphere was electrified as hard rock songs blared, stirring the crowd with powerful lyrics like, "I want my country back, our culture we must save, where harmony once stood before the migrant wave." Amidst a sea of Union Jacks, favoured YouTuber KL Benjamin took the stage, addressing the controversy surrounding his recent interview with Liz Truss. In a passionate speech, he declared, "We are guilty of interviewing the former Prime Minister. That was my crime. That's why I'm in trouble. But I stand today as a husband, a father, an Englishman, and I can see today that we are still alive, but by God, we wouldn't know it if we looked at the TV. Where is your representation?" With conviction, he concluded, "We have real problems. None of the mainstream parties are going to solve these problems. We have to do it ourselves. And we will." The words echoed through the crowd, igniting a renewed sense of determination and purpose among the attendees. Regarding the screening, the Met Police issued a statement highlighting their observations. Officers identified individuals within the crowd with a history of involvement in violent disorder. Some of these individuals possess football banning orders and are associated with hooligan groups from London and across the UK. Additionally, there is an element of the crowd previously known for participation in anti-lockdown protests during the pandemic and associated disorder. This information underscores the complexity and potential risks associated with such gatherings. As of now, no offences have been reported, but it's worth noting that a number of people in the crowd appear to be intoxicated. Nick Lawless, CEO at Hope Not Hate, expressed apprehension about the protest, stating, "Today's demonstration is set to be the biggest gathering of far-right activists, football hooligans, and Tommy Robinson supporters in years." He emphasised the heightened risk of violence, citing alarming messages from hooligan chat groups where individuals have threatened to attack people of colour, pro-Palestine demonstrators, and even the police. Such sentiments underscore the volatile nature of the situation and the need for vigilance from law enforcement. With more than 2,000 police officers deployed to oversee the protests, the force is taking extensive measures to maintain public safety. Commander Louis Ptero emphasised that officers have been in discussions with the organisers of both protests in the weeks leading up to the events. "Our priority," stated Commander Ptero, "is to ensure that those exercising their right to lawful protest, both in the march and as part of the counter-protest, can do so safely." This commitment underscores the importance of facilitating peaceful demonstrations while also safeguarding the well-being of all involved. All Londoners have a right to feel and be safe in their city, and we will take a zero-tolerance approach to any racially or religiously motivated hate crime we become aware of, emphasised a spokesperson for the Metropolitan Police. The rally in central London serves as a reminder that the quest for a fair and equitable policing system is an ongoing process. Addressing concerns requires a multi-pronged approach, including fostering transparency, implementing reforms, and building trust within communities. Only through collaborative efforts can meaningful progress be made towards creating a safer and more inclusive environment for all residents of London. Indeed, addressing concerns around two-tier policing requires a comprehensive approach that fosters transparency, implements reforms, and builds trust within communities. Only then can the perception of unequal treatment be dispelled, ensuring a fair and equitable policing system for all. As for your question, it's clear that many British people are deeply invested in safeguarding their country from potential threats, including the perceived dangers of Islamist influence. It's crucial to engage in open dialogue and collaborative efforts to address these concerns while upholding democratic values and respecting the rights of all individuals. What are your thoughts on this approach? Let me know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for upcoming updates